Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, we're going to have the Saturday night press conference. We didn't do one yesterday or for Friday night because we're going to join them together for the Saturday night. So just come down if you missed out. You didn't miss out. It's coming up now. So let's before we start, the Tigers, they won again. I can't believe it. We don't win close games. I'm not used to it. I forgot what it feels like. And winning close games is better than winning by 100 points. It's actually so much fun. It's been 3 years since I've experienced this. Just coming down. Anyway, we're in good spirits today. Let's continue. Let's talk about the Lions and the Swans. Okay, now, the Lions. Lucky Neal, okay, he's back. He's well and truly back. He's doing the little things. 7 tackles. He's doing the big things as well now. 21 handballs, 8 kicks. So he's getting the ball, hard ball now. He's doing all the tough things. At 89% disposal efficiency. Well, I suppose when you have 21 handballs, you should be pretty accurate with those. But he's back. Now, Dunkley, we had him as vice captain. In our review for the captain selections, selected by our 20 experts, they picked Dunkley, and Dunkley didn't let us down. He produced the goods. We're just so happy again. Didn't have to worry about captain and vice captain. Dunkley just done the job. Extremely well done. Now, let's go down the order here, and let's talk about Devon Robertson now. Let's have a chat about him. 95 Supercoach points. Even these cheapos this year have gone nuts, and you don't get them when they're 120k or 102k. The best time to get them was when they were about 170k. That's when they produced the goods. It happened again at the Richmond game today. I'll explain to you in a minute. Actually, Sheldrick was another one. It's these 170k players. They're as good as Primos nearly. Then they drop off a bit later on. They have a good run, then they stop. But Robertson, let's have a look at his price. It was 186k. He'll go up by another, say, 35k. He'll be about 220-ish, probably a bit less if you still want to get him. But you don't want to get him now. You want to get Primos now. You don't want to get rookies. It's not the time to pick up these rookies. I prefer to pick up the 102k rookies and just build my cash and then pick up Primos. But he did do well. Good for the buy rounds, but you don't know when he's going to be a sub, when he's going to get dropped. He's still got a few players to come back in the Brisbane Lions. We got a Will Ashcroft, scored an 87. Okay, he's driving me nuts. We got rid of him for no reason, because of a mistake in the app. Anyway, we can't cry over spilt milk. What's done is done. Probably would have traded him out anyway because he had a high break even. So scored an 87 if you got him. Wilmot finally decided to have a game. Okay, I had him for how many rounds? Probably about 7, 8 rounds. He did nothing. Now he finally woke up. Scored a 75. McKenna the same. Scored a 77. I don't think many people owned him anyway now. And that's about it for the Lions. Now going over to the Swans. Luke Parker had a huge game. 145. Goulden. 111, huge game. Lloyd came back, 103. His owners were happy this week after last week's wing disaster. He's back in the back line. So just calm it down. He's back where you want him. Now, the disappointment, Chad Warner, disappointing, okay? 74. The 550k range players were so disappointing this week. Warner was one of them. Now, Sheldrick was the other one I was talking about. Scored 91, kicked 2 goals. So the question becomes, if he doesn't kick the 2 goals, how much is he going to score? Well, let's have a look what he's worth. Well, he's going to be around about, say, just under 200k, maybe 190, 195. He'll be around that, about 190. So maybe even less. So you can still pick him up if you want him next week. But then again, going back to the same thing, I'd rather pick up the 102k players. Even if they don't score nothing, I'd rather have them than have an 80 for 1 week, then never use them again. Okay, so It's time to finish off your teams now, so don't worry about these mid prices as far as I'm concerned. But if you're still interested, he's good value still. Now, let's get back to the game. Was there anyone else of interest? Well, there was, okay. Where is he? The rookie, okay. Can't find him. Buller scored 17. Speaking of 102k rookies, he did nothing. So maybe it's not good in the 102k rookies, but you're only getting them to get your cash outs, okay? They're cash outs. You want to build your teams. So if you got him and you did the right thing, okay, he didn't score much. We didn't even know what he looked like, okay? He scored 17. He might not even play next week, but it is what it is, okay? Yeah, that's it for Sydney. There was no one else of interest. Yeah, that's about it. Let's move on to the next game. We now move over to GWS and Freo. Now, before this game started, I put up a little tweet. Because there was a bit of a dispute. Himmelberg, that everyone was thinking, won't play in defence. I was confident he'll play defence. Unfortunately, this week, he played in defence, but the problem was the ball never got there. Okay, every time the ball got to his defence, he was on the bench, and when he came off the bench, the ball never got there. He had no action. It was a 70-point smashing. GWS actually look good. They've changed the way they play. They play fast. Now, I put up a tweet. Let me show you. Now, I put up a little tweet. I put it at 11:59, so just say 12 o'clock. I said it's hammer time. The game started at 4:30, so it was 4 hours before the game started. I said I want to see some predictions. Okay, the closest prediction gets to feature in tonight's press conference. Then I told everyone just to calm it down. Now, my prediction was 127. Now, I gave this prediction because I expected a close game. I wasn't expecting a smashing, 70-point smashing. Now, every time Freo had the ball in their forward line, for some reason, Hammer Time was in the bench. Every time Hammer Time was in the back line, the ball wasn't there. He had no action. He must have smelt. I don't know what happened. Anyway, let's have a look. Did anyone get 72? Now, let's go down. Is any 72s? Well, Jake Saw says 145. So let's come down, Jake. Don says 86. Is there anyone else? We've got a 134 here. It's not 134. Let's have a look. And Mitch Taylor's a bit worried. He's worried. He was very worried, actually. But he said Himmelberg's confirmed defender. Don't worry, Mitch. Now, let's have a look. Anyone else? Angus. No, he's asking me another question. Okay, let's forget about Angus. Aussie Alpha says Hogan's out. Will this be a problem? No problem. Just come down, Aussie. Aussie Alpha, that is. Now, 57 points from Jimmy. Well, that didn't happen. The Supercoach Potato, or Supercouch Potato, my friend here said 98. The Fiddler went 135. Supercoach Bull, he went 71. He might have hit on the jackpot nearly. That's very close. Okay, so far he's winning. Art gave him 27. I think Art doesn't like him. Just come on down. Pig Mentality, 99. No. So far 71's the closest. Nathan went 83. No, that's not close yet. KW went 100. We've got a 117, 118, 90, 72. But I think he's cheating. That was 4 hours ago. Just come on down, Jay. Okay, Jay's cheating, okay? So we'll cross Jay off. 130, no, it's on 164, 93. Tim Walsh went 83. No, it wasn't 83. Well, actually, Scott Dimmer got it 9 hours ago, 72. Actually, he had a friend, Luke Greenmont, at the same time. And actually, these are legit because I saw him do it, 72. Actually, no, that could be not legit. 9 hours ago. No, it is legit because it was 10 hours ago, so it's legit. 72. We have two winners anymore. Let's have a look. I'm going down the order. There's no one else. 76, 74. Someone gave a 4. IQ 138. Gave a 4. Well, that's incorrect. Another 74. No, we got two 72s. We had a 68 MJL. It was close. I think that's about it. We had a lot of big responses here. We had M Ward 74. He was close. Anyone else? I don't understand how they picked such low scores. This is hammer time, everyone. Just coming down. Okay, let's have a look. 47, and that's pretty much it. Is there any more replies? 77 we had from Ben, but no, that's it. Our two winners have been announced already. Just coming down, everyone. Let's continue. Josh Kelly, 164. That hurts. That hurts so bad. As you know, I had Josh Kelly in my team until he did his hammy. Had to get rid of him. He was out for 5 weeks. I couldn't hold him. He was a huge pod when I had him, and it just hurt so bad. Now, Kieran Briggs, 129. He's a gun. Kieran Briggs is a gun. I'll probably pick him up next year. It won't be cheap. He'll probably be expensive. I'll probably still pay it. He's that good. He's worth it. He's now my R1. Okay, he's ahead of Marshall for me now. Briggs is my man. Now, Tom Green, 127, had a huge game. Cornelius, 112. He showed up. Well, there's no one else with Supercoach relevance. We spoke about Hillenberg, 72. Lockie Whitfield, 84. Actually, Whitfield's going to be probably out for a week or two. Hillenberg will now take all the kick-ins. Okay, so Whitfield will lose the kick-ins. Hillenberg will get more kick-ins. He'll get more points. Was there a rookie? Well, Angwin was their rookie. He scored -1. If you got Angwin, you got a -1 out of him. Okay, he didn't have much time. 14% time on ground. Yeah. Let's move over to Freo. Now, I've got to ask the question. Someone asked me, would you pick Luke Jackson or Luke Ryan? I said to him, you go for Luke Ryan. Okay, Luke Jackson, he's got the role now, but that role's not there forever because Shrek's coming back. So there's big scores. He might still get big scores, but in a Freo forward line, it's very hard to get scores now. But speaking of Freo forward line, when he goes into the forward line, it might release Fife, okay, into the midfield with a better ruckman. So Fife should get better. Okay, once Shrek's back, Fife will produce the goods. Now, Brayshaw, we got him in last week, scored 107, so we're happy. Okay, Brayshaw's 107 was good. Luke Ryan, 106. That's his first 100 in 5 weeks. Okay, it's been a while. That's because the ball lived in their defence. Hayden Young, 85. Sorong was disappointing, 84. 43% disposal efficiency. He's got a sore ankle. That explains it. So, had a poor game. Anyone else? Well, we spoke about Nat 5, 47, but don't worry. He spent a lot of time forward. Kicked the goal. Gave away a few free kicks. Actually, 3 free kicks. And, and Matt Johnson, if you got him, he got subbed off. Scored his 32. He was out of the game. Anyway, let's move over to the next game. We now go over to Richmond and St Kilda, okay, and my boy, Timmy Taranto. What a jet. Let's have a look at Timmy Taranto's scores this year, including the 128 right now. Only 2 scores in the 90s. There's one of them is a 90 against Geelong, and there's a 95 against Adelaide in the second game. Every week, he's in the 100s. Lately, he's in huge form. There's how many 130 pluses or 130-ish? 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5. That's 5 games where you could have him as captain. He's a jet, okay, and he's as good as you can get. And next year, I'll probably start him, even if he's a midfielder. He'll be midfield. He won't be midfield forward. He'll be mid, and I'll still start him. That's how good he is. He's like Dunkley. You'd have to start both. So he'll be in the midfield next year. Okay, let's move on. Now at Richmond, there's nobody else I could talk about that's Supercoach relevant. Well, there's Shai Bolton who got tagged. It wasn't his conditions. It was a wet game. Shai Bolton's a clean player. Scored 56, but it wasn't his game. Kicked the last goal of the game as well. But the game was already won before he kicked it because Taranto got it. Now, Cochin's 300th, 127. What a legend of the club. Shorts, 126, playing in defence now. Let's have a look at his scores, because he's become Supercoach relevant now. Well, maybe not Supercoach relevant. Okay, so he's got a 103, an 89, and today's score. And this is since his new role in defence, and he kicked 2 goals. So we need him to kick goals to get his score. So he's probably pass. We could pass on him. Let's continue. Now Rioli, 103. We got Baker. He's tough as nails. Okay, does all the little things. But for Supercoach, he's going to be the yo-yo still. 87. There's actually no one else that's Supercoach relevant at Richmond. Let's move over to the Saints, because there's a few relevant here, and one of them is Jack Sinclair. He was on 50 at quarter time. He slowed right down. Finished on 102. I thought he was going to go for about 150, one of those big scores, but he didn't. Stopped at 102. Marshall at 90. Actually, that's disappointing, okay? But then again, his game is not ruck work. His game is around the ground, intercept marks. It wasn't a game where he could take intercept marks. It was a soap. No one could take a mark. Now, Windhager. I really liked his game last week. Even though the points weren't on the board, I loved what I saw last week. He's backed it up this week with an 85. And he looked good. He's one of those 160, 170k players that's got up to about 200. But again, same story. You can't get these players now. You want to get either the 102k rookies to get extra cash, or if you've got spare cash after getting your primos, then you can get them. Okay? Now, going down, there's one player. Well, there's actually two of them. All right? Wanganeen Milera. Okay? I've seen a few people get him in. Scored 59. Disappointing. Okay? That's after having 3 tons back to back. But it wasn't his game either. A wet game. It didn't suit him. And then Jack Steele. It was actually his game. The conditions suited him. 52. 5 kicks. 16 handballs. Disappointing. Okay? I don't get it. Only 4 tackles. I mean, Jack Steele, 4 tackles. Tim Taranto, 10 tackles. They're the same player, virtually. One's only done 4 tackles, one's done 10. There has to be some kind of injury. Something has to be wrong. Jack Steele never has 4 tackles in the wet. Anyway, let's move on. Now, his break-even was 150. He scored a 50. He scored 52. He's going to lose about 45k. He's going to be about 470, even less, 465-ish. Jack Steele at 465k, and I still wouldn't be interested. I can't work it out. He's so cheap. Actually, Jack Steele at 465k, you can swap, if you've got him, Briggs for Steele at the same price virtually. They cost the same thing now, but Briggs is way better. Let's move over to our team now. Now, we're projected to score 1941. Now, I'm not sure what a good score is this week. I think 1941 might not cut it. I think we're going to be a bit short. I see a lot of 2000s out there. Nothing much bigger than that. I think 2000... actually, let's have a look around leagues. Actually, game day. Who I'm playing against. What's everyone scoring? All right, we've got a 16-29. He's having a bad week. 1949, 2000... 2000. There's a few 2000s out there. Okay, so I think 2000 is the right score. Actually, let's go to my league, Premier League. This is the main one. What are they scoring? 2000, 2000. It's touch and go on 2000. 2080. Okay, that's pretty big. Most of them are around about the 2000 mark. 1950. I think 1950 is okay. It's an average score. It's not like it's out of the world, but it's average. But here's what I'm thinking now. Okay, let's go back to my team. Now I'm gonna have a deep think about this tonight. If I trade out Sicily, all right, I was gonna bring in Oliver next week. However, if I do that, all right, let's say I did that. Okay, Sicily out and average. We bring where's average? Why isn't Oliver in here? Okay. How's Oliver not on the top? Because he's on a defender, that's why it's coming down. Okay, Oliver. So we could do it in one trade, all right? The problem is it leaves us 7,700, and I can't get the 24th primo. Well, that's counting Cameron and Pfeiffer's primos, but I can't get a 24th. So I don't think I can get Oliver, okay? And I'm happy to pass on Sicily. However, I'm really considering right now Where is he? Rail. Okay, really considering Rail right now. Rail, with the conditions coming up, going to be all wet conditions. We're heading into winter, deep time now. He's going to have all his wet games, okay? He loves it in the wet conditions. His average last 4 weeks or last 10 weeks, whatever this lot is here, he's done okay. 160, a 150, a 100. It's not really sensational, but it's okay. But in the wet conditions, he'll do a lot better. He has MCG tomorrow against Carlton. HBS, these can be all wet conditions. Maybe not HBS. I'm not sure how Queensland is right now. But at HBS, he plays. Does he play okay? Yeah, it's not wet. It's not wet enough for him. Anyway, it's someone I'm considering because there's no one else. Who else can I get? I can get Noah Anderson back. I don't think I want Noah Anderson. Now, Noah Anderson, he just doesn't do it for me. Okay, he's got the odd 100s, but he's not my man. I want someone that goes in and under, and I want a pod, someone that no one's got. How many people own Rail? Not many. 8%. Anyway, it's something I'll think about. Yeah, something to think about. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.